In the last few decades, the lion breeding industry has expanded and remained largely unregulated. The government has in the past made moves to put an end to this practice without success. This is because some commercial animal breeders have refused to comply with the government directive and have continued breeding captive lions for hunting and bone harvesting. Now, a high-level panel appointed to review South Africa's policies, legislation and practices regarding lions, elephants, leopards and rhinos has recommended an end to the practice of captive breeding and hunting of animals.
So we're not forcing anybody to exit. No one's been made to do anything they're uncomfortable doing. And anyone who does come have a discussion with the task team around options, it can be an off-the-record, non-binding discussion until final decisions are made with that particular person. So at this stage, no one's been forced to do anything. It's completely voluntary.
Among the recommendations adopted by the government are that South Africa no longer breed captive lions, keep them in captivity, or use their derivatives commercially.
It's about the lions, and the lions' welfare must obviously be prioritized, but it's also about people and their businesses, and it's about people who worked on those properties and avoiding losses of jobs and trying to repurpose facilities into something that remains economically viable and without losing jobs and without creating unemployment.
The captive lion industry in South Africa is a multi-million-dollar industry where an estimated 12,000 lions are kept in captivity and bred for financial gain. Some animal activists have welcomed the move by the government, but have expressed concern about the approach to offer a voluntary exit.
Thus far, there have not been many volunteers, and 4paws is of course concerned that if there's not enough people from within the industry that wish to actually leave, there aren't any other current plans and options in play. And 4paws is encouraging the government to also consider, in parallel to these voluntary pathways, to also look at additional phases to end the captive breeding industry in South Africa. Across more than 350 facilities in South Africa, there are at least 8,000 lions or more, and an unknown number of tigers. These animals are all being bred with the intention of being used for commercial purposes and financial gain. They live a life that starts off with being bred and taken away from their mothers. They actually are then used for cow petting and in tourism, unethical tourism activities, such as walking with lions, cow petting, and these animals, once they grow up, actually go back into the breeding cycle where they breed more, and of course then go on to be used for hunting and also for their parts and derivatives, or even sold live around the world.
Lion breeders have until December to take up the government's offer. Yuli Sanjomela for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.